Alabama's closely watched U.S. Senate race is a neck-and-neck contest as voter concerns about personal moral conduct weigh on the candidacy of Republican Roy Moore, according to a new Washington Post Schar School poll. With less than 2 weeks to go, support for Democrat Doug Jones among likely voters stands at 50% versus Moore's 47%, a margin of a scant 3 points that sets up a nail-biter for the oddly timed December 12 special election. The survey shows that allegations of improper sexual behavior against Moore, a former Alabama Chief Justice, hang heavily over a race that would favor a Republican under ordinary circumstances in this deeply conservative state. 53% of voters say Jones, a former federal prosecutor, has higher standards of personal moral conduct than Moore. In contrast, about a third of likely voters say Moore, who has cast his campaign as a spiritual battle with heavy religious overtones, has higher moral standards. Among the 1 in 4 voters who say the candidate's moral conduct will be the most important factor in how they vote, Jones leads, 67% to 30%. And Jones, whose strategy relies in part on peeling away Republican support from Moore, has the backing of 1 in 6 GOP-leaning likely voters. About 1 in 14 Democratic-leaning voters back Moore. The race, in which the winner will fill the U.S. Senate seat vacated by Jeff Sessions when he became Attorney General, has taken on national importance because of its implications for the Republican majority in the Senate. If Jones wins, the GOP will control the chamber by only 51 seats to 49. Moore led Jones in most public polls before allegations became widely known last month, but support for Moore fell sharply afterward, with a mid-November Fox News poll showing him falling behind Jones by 8 points. More recent automated surveys have found Moore regaining a slight edge. The Post-Schar School poll was conducted Monday to Thursday by the research firm ABT Associates among a sample of 739 likely voters and carries a 4-5-point margin of sampling error. To avoid influencing the answers of respondents who have opinions about the Post's coverage of allegations against Moore, interviewers disclosed the Post's sponsorship of the survey only at the end of the interviews. The survey shows that the Alabama electorate is divided on the validity of the allegations against Moore. While 35% of likely voters think Moore did make unwanted advances toward teenage girls, 37% say they are unsure or have no opinion. The smallest group, 28% of likely voters, says Moore did not make the advances that were alleged. Women are more likely than men to find the allegations credible and to support Jones, with 41% of women saying Moore made unwanted advances compared with 28% of men saying the same. Moore leads by 15 points among men likely to vote, while Jones leads by 18 points among likely female voters. There is also a stark partisan and ideological divide in how voters have processed the allegations, with many Republicans and GOP-leaning groups expressing skepticism. Fewer than 1 in 6 Republican-leaning likely voters say they believe that Moore made unwanted advances toward female teenagers.